Hey y'all, Jill here. You probably don't even recognize me or even remember me for that matter. It's been so long since I've done a video for y'all. I think I had kind of considered myself done making videos. I just didn't feel like I had anything exciting or interesting to share with y'all lately, so I had just kind of gotten out of the habit of doing it. But I tell you what, today I had such an amazing, incredible, nothing short of miraculous day that I had to come out of video retirement so that I could tell you this story. I'm in New Hampshire, and boy, is it hot. I'm telling you what, it was like in the mid 90s here today, and I thought New England was supposed to be nice and cool in the summertime, but ooh, it was a steamer here today, and but it was worth it to experience this little story I'm about to tell you about. It's kind of like I gotta kind of weave this little tale for you so you can kind of understand where we're at. But so anyways, about I don't know 3 years ago or so, my friend Mary Elliott introduced me to Kent and Betsy Perry, and they had bought a farm, a 40-acre farm here in New Hampshire in 2014, and they bought it from a beautiful lady named Priscilla. Priscilla's in her mid-90s now, and Priscilla came to the farm in about 1948, I think, 1943, 1948, as a new bride, and she married a man whose family had lived on this farm since 1771. He was a seventh generation Colston to live at this property, and so Betsy and Kent were the first ones to buy it out of this family, and so Priscilla in her mid-90s was faced with a decision to have to leave the farm because she could no longer take care of it by herself. So she was considering selling it, and along came Betsy and Kent, and they proposed an offer to Priscilla that she stay on the farm and live with them, to live out her life there, because they just couldn't imagine this incredibly amazing woman having to leave her home and what had been her family, married into's family's home for 7 generations. And so they melded their families together, and there was an apartment. It's attached to the house, and Priscilla lives in the apartment, and she is the spunkiest, most amazing, incredible 90-plus-year-old woman you've ever met. We had to like fit it into her social calendar to be with us today, because she's doing yoga and going to church and doing church work, and she goes to the retirement home and meets with women and encourages them and inspires them. She had been the community librarian for 50 years. So she is a going Jessie, and she is amazing. And it was just such a beautiful thing for Kent and Betsy to keep Priscilla on at the farm. They kind of knew each other, but really just in passing, really, when they made this deal. And it has just been an incredible love story for everyone involved. And this farm is so the best word to describe it, to steal a word from my friend Ken Reed, who is with me today, is this farm is real. It is like the Colstons just walked away in 1771, or in 1948, all of the above, or in 1970. There is remnants of every family and every generation who ever lived there is still there. And Kent and Betsy have worked their tails off at this farm to restore it and bring it back to what it was. Back in the day, it was a totally self-contained farm. The only thing that they would go to town for was to buy sugar and coffee. Otherwise, they were totally self-sustained through beef cattle, dairy cattle, gardening. They tapped the trees for sap. There was everything you could ever think of. You can even, Kent has like just scratched away layer upon layer to figure out even where they would butcher hogs and it's just this amazing time capsule. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful, untouched farmhouse. It's an amazing, huge 3-story barn where all the livestock lived, and then there's the farmland. There's woods. They can find in the woods where a log cabin set, the original homestead, probably in 1771. Kent has just traced every detail of this farm back by scraping away layers and layers and digging and finding, and then of course Priscilla is such a valuable resource to them to fill in places that they're not sure about and to tell them things that she remembers, having lived there for so long. And Priscilla actually wrote a book too, I think in 2004, so I'm dying to read that now that I've been there. So you add all this incredible story of how they saved Priscilla and Priscilla saved them, and together they saved the farm. It's like out of a fairy tale, and I'm not doing the story justice. I'm leaving out details and messing up dates, and Kent and Betsy, I apologize for that. I promise when the article goes to print I'll get all my facts straight. But they even took me to the local cemetery in their tiny town, and showed me where the original Elias Colston and his family, the original founder of the farm, is buried. And so if that's not enough, which trust me, that in itself is enough, and you're gonna love it. Betsy and Kent, over their 30+ years of marriage, have acquired a fabulous antique collection to bring to this early farmhouse. It's a salt box actually, and they have added the most incredible primitive antiques to the farm. It's amazing. It's just it's amazing. I wish I could think of another word to use besides amazing. But then up in the attic, they have a bedroom where the whole room, not just a wall and not just a section, the whole bedroom is stenciled with an original Moses Eaton stencil job. Moses Eaton did the stenciling in this bedroom, and it is perfection. Just it's absolutely untouched perfection. It's beautiful. So I can hardly wait to share this story in the magazine with y'all in 2019. And it's such a huge responsibility. I'm feeling major pressure to even bring this story to life and to give it justice, and to give all the people who have ever lived in this house, who have ever come to this house, who have ever toiled at this farm, to give it justice, because these things just do not exist anymore in America, and I don't want this story to be lost. And I want Priscilla's story to be told. I want Elias's story to be told. I want Williston's story to be told, and now I want Betsy, the Perry's story to be told, Betsy and Kent's story, because it's just it's a time capsule. And so that's what brought me out of retirement, so that I could come back and ramble and ramble and ramble just like I used to about my crazy day. But I had to share this with you guys, and I just hope you'll stay tuned in 2019 to read about this incredible day that I had in New Hampshire. So once again, like always, I appreciate y'all traveling along with me. I wish you had been with me today. You would have loved it, and I just hope I can show it to you in pictures and in my storytelling and do it justice. So thank y'all again, always and always, always, for being a subscriber to A Simple Life. I hope you know how much I appreciate you, and I've actually missed you, so I hope I can remember how to upload this video now so that you can see it and learn about my day. So I love y'all. Thank you. Bye.